day, ladies and gentlemen. It's another amazing and exciting day where we get some of the brilliant minds. We assemble some of the brilliant minds across our various senior high schools in the country, Ghana, in the Sharks academic competition. In the third edition of this competition, we are finally in the final contest for the knockout stages. We have two interesting schools who have equally managed to weave their way through to this knockout stages. And these schools are Ghana Christian International High School and Sonrise Christian High School. My name is Patrick Stevenson and I will be your quiz master for today. Before we get into the rules of engagement for this contest, it is important we know who we have here. So I'll start off with Ghana Christian International High School. Introduce yourselves.
Nana from Boniface Bobbing, 12 Science.
Liana Dion Daniels, year 12, General Arts.
Stephen Edu Kwarting, year 11, General Science.
Nana Itruba Mwasichin, General Arts, year 12.
So we have Nana Frimpong, Liana, Stephen, and Etruba representing Ghana Christian International High School. For Sonrise Christian High, who do we have?
We have Precious KJ Magdalene, grade 12, General Arts.
Kwarting Leslie, first year, General Science.
Temuka Rich, second year, General Science.
K. Kojo Juliet Oba Ahima, Form 3, Science student.
For round one, which is the right corner round, here are the rules of engagement. Each school will have a maximum of 3 minutes within which you answer 8 questions. If you have the opportunity of providing an answer to a question, ring the bell, you will be acknowledged. You provide an answer to the question. If the answer is right, you get 10 points. If not, no penalties will be deducted at this point. Round number 1. I am ready whenever you are, and I will be starting off with Sonrise Christian High School.
We are.
Courage says they are. Your 3 minutes starts now. When was the 1992 Constitution approved? I want the exact date.
7 January 1993.
I am sorry, that answer is wrong. Question 2. Who was the chairman of the experts that drafted the 1992 Constitution?
Skip.
Question 3. What chapter of the 1992 Constitution deals with the fundamental human rights?
Skip.
Question 4. Who is the minister responsible for gender, children, and social protection? Yes, Courage? Oh, not Courage, Kingsley. Leslie.
Cynthia Morrison.
Cynthia Morrison is correct for 10 points. Next question. In which year are the Sustainable Development Goals? In which year were the Sustainable Development Goals adopted?
2000. Sorry.
Yes, Precious?
2015.
2015 is correct for 10 points. Identify the following Sustainable Development Goals. Goal 1. Yes?
End poverty. What?
That is correct for 10 points. Goal 12.
Skip.
Final question. What is the full meaning of the abbreviation UNCSD? Yes, Courage?
United Nations Council of Social Development.
Oh, I am sorry. It fits, but it is wrong. It is wrong. Ghana Christian International High School, your 3 minutes starts now. Who is the minister responsible for works and housing of the Republic of Ghana? Yes, Stephen?
Honorable Atachia.
Honorable Atachia, Samuel Atachia. Question 2. Who was the chairman of the Constituent Assembly that approved the 1992 Constitution?
Skip.
Yes, Stephen wants to skip. Question 3. What chapter of the 1992 Constitution deals with citizenship?
Skip.
Stephen wants to skip. Question 4. How many Sustainable Development Goals were created and adopted in 2015? How many are they? Yes, Stephen?
16.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. The answer is 17. In which year are the Sustainable Development Goals meant to be achieved?
2025.
Yes, Stephen?
2025.
I'm sorry, the answer is 2030. Identify what the following sustainable goals represent. Goal number 2.
Skip.
Goal number 10.
Skip.
Your final question for this round. What's the full meaning of the abbreviation OWG as applied in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals? Yes, Liana?
Organization of Welfare Growth.
She says Organization of Welfare. Please appreciate the effort. It's wrong. It's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of round number 1. Round 1, Sonrise Christian High School has 30 points. And Ghana Christian International High School has 10 points. There's a substitution for both schools. Let's take the substitution and get into round number 2. So Duchess has joined her colleagues for Ghana Christian International High School, and we have Paula joining Sonrise Christian High School. The rules of engagement for round number 2. The questions will be in the area of writing, reading, and arithmetics. And each school will be posed a question. This time, you don't have 8 in a row. You pose one question, which you answer correctly for 10 points. If the answer is wrong, you have a penalty of 5. If you elect not to answer the question or provide a wrong answer, the question will be transferred to the opposing school so they can answer that as a bonus question for a maximum of 5 points if they answer correctly, and a penalty of 5 if they answer wrongly. I will start off from Christian High School. Choose from the alternatives lettered A to D the word that is opposite in meaning to the word I will describe. Your word is levity. The options, the alternatives are 1A, stupidity, B, gravity, C, lofty, and D, absurdity. The bell is gone. We shall go to Sonrise Christian High. Do you have an answer to the question as a bonus? No, they will rather not attempt it. Sonrise, same premise. The word that is opposite in meaning to the word that I read out. Your word is slur. Slur. The alternatives are A, promise, B, hope, C, credit, and D, virtue. Virtue. My bell is gone. Ghana Christian International High School? They will rather not take it. Ghana Christian International High School. Your main question. The word that is opposite in meaning to debilitating. Debilitating. A, strengthening, B, enfeebling, C, occupying, D, inhabitating. Yes, Stephen?
Strengthening.
Strengthening is correct for 10 points. Sonrise International High School. Same premise. Your word is disingenuous. Disingenuous. A, industrious, B, cumbersome, C, slothful, and D, naive. Naive. Yes, is that Paula or Kwating? Which of you? Paula.
Slothful.
I'm sorry, that answer is wrong. And so it's a bonus question to Ghana Christian International High School. And my bell is gone. The correct answer is naive. Naive. Ghana Christian International, your question. The premise. Choose from the words lettered A to D the word that can be substituted for these sentences or words. Mania for setting fire. The options, you have pyromania, B, kleptomania, C, logomania, and D, nymphomania. Yes, Truba.
Pyromania, sorry.
What?
Pyromania.
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 The first one, pyromania.
Pyromania. Pyromania. Same premise. Sonrise Christian International High School. A group of 3 novels or plays, each complete in itself. A. Triplet. B. Triumvirate. C. Trilogy. D. Triplet. Yes, is it Paula or is Kingsley? Leslie?
Trilogy.
Trilogy is correct for 10 points. Same premise. A person who is always dissatisfied. A. Heretic. B. Felon. C. Malcontent. D. Surrogate. Yes, Stephen?
Malcontent.
Malcontent is correct for 10 points. Same premise. Wicked to the high degree. The options: cruel. B. Hateful. C. Heinous. D. Abominable. Leslie?
Abominable.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. That's not correct. Ghana Christian International High School. Stephen?
Heinous.
Heinous is correct. Heinous is correct. Ghana Christian International High School. This sequence starts with a 1, then another 1, and after that each term is the sum of the 2 previous.
The
Yes,
Fibonacci
another
sequence. The Fibonacci sequence.
Fibonacci sequence. Sonrise Christian High. This is the term for a sequence in which the ratio of each term to the previous term is always the same. Yes, Courage?
Geometric progression.
I'll take that answer. Ghana Christian International High School. Some 3-digit whole numbers have repeated digits. 2 examples are the numbers 122, 122, that is, and 777, 777. Exactly K% of all 3-digit whole numbers have repeated digits. Where K is a whole number, find K. Yes, is that Stephen or Nana Frempong?
28%.
28% is correct. Sonrise Christian High. Sonrise Christian High. All prime numbers except 2 have this property, which means they can be written as 2k plus 1 for some integer k.
Pass.
Christian High, Sonrise will pass that question. And Ghana Christian International High School will not take the opportunity. Ghana Christian International High School. In a right triangle, this trigonometric function equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Yes,
Sine.
is that Duchess? Yes?
Sine.
Oh, sine is correct. Sine is correct. Standard construction techniques allow the use of only an unmarked straight edge. And what object used to draw arcs and circles? Yes, Tay Kojo?
Compass.
A compass is correct for 10 points. Ghana Christian International High School. One thing that cannot be done with a compass and a straight edge is this operation of breaking an angle into 3 congruent parts. The bell is gone. I'll pass that off as a bonus question to Sonrise. Yes, is that King Leslie?
Trisection of angles.
Trisection! Trisection. Sonrise Christian High. Starting at midnight. Arf, the dog, barks for 15 seconds and then is silent for the next 25 seconds. Arf the dog continues to bark first until 1 a.m. 1 a.m. that same morning. How many times did Arf the dog bark for 15 seconds? The bell is gone. Ghana Christian International High School. They wouldn't attempt it as well. Well, that brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to the end of round number 2. To the end of round number 2. At the end of round 2, Sonrise Christian High has 25 points. And Ghana Christian International High School has 65. Round number 3. And in round 3, questions will now be read to both schools. If on any of the cues to the question you have the answer, ring the bell, get acknowledged, provide the answer to the question. If it's right, you have 10 points. If it's wrong, you have a penalty of 5. This goes to both schools. Proteins have primary, secondary, and tertiary structures for 10 points each. The primary structure of a protein is its sequence of these monomeric building blocks. I had my bell. I had your bell before my bell, right? So let's give you opportunity to answer the question.
Amino acid.
Amino acids are correct. Amino acids correct for 10 points. To both schools. A protein's secondary structure includes alpha helices, and these structures that have chains of amino acids connected literally by hydrogen bonds. My bell is gone, and so you both forfeit the opportunity to get 10 points. To both schools. Tertiary structures include the effects of disulfide bonds that can form when a protein has this sulfur containing amino acid. My bell is gone, and so you forfeit the opportunity to get 10 points. To both schools. For 10 points each, you are to name these physical constants. In the limit of 0 particle size and 0 intermolecular forces, this constant equals pressure times volume over the number of moles times absolute temperature. Yes? Is that courage?
Ideal gas constant.
Ideal gas constant. To both schools. This constant is the product of frequency and wavelength of any electromagnetic radiation. Yes, courage?
Planck constant. Planck constant.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. My bell is gone, and so Christian International High School, you forfeit the opportunity to answer the question. The answer is the speed of light. To both schools. Sodium lauryl sulfate, also called SD, is an example of this kind of substance found in shampoos. For 10 points. Name these compounds that lower the surface tension of a solution. Yes, Leslie?
Detergents.
Oh, detergents is correct. Detergents is correct. To both schools. Surfactants or detergents typically form these single-layered spherical structures that allow their lipid tails to be surrounded by non-polar molecules. My bell is gone. To both schools. Surfactants often contain derivatives of this polyatomic ion whose formula is NH4+. Yes, is that Stephen?
Ammonia.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. I heard your bell, so let's hear you.
Ammonium radical.
Ammonium radical. To both schools. While Dyer's ring has several of these structures with palatine and lingual types. In adenoid hypertrophy, they enlarge up to the size of golf balls and can interfere with breathing. For 10 points, name these mouths and throat tissues that are often removed from children. Yes, that must be your bell.
Tonsils.
Tonsils are correct. To both schools. This ninth most abundant element in the Earth's crust, found in ores like rutile, has relatively low density for a metal and is extremely resistant to corrosion. It is used in white pigments and designer jewelry. My bell is gone. Titanium. Titanium is the correct answer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of round number 3. End of round 3. Sonrise Senior High School has 35 points and Christian International High School has 5 points. And this takes us into round number 4. And in the 4th round, we won't have a case where Stephen and Nana Frimpong and Duchess get to leverage their strengths. We want to see you individually. And so can I have candidates? I'll be answering questions in English. The rules of engagement haven't changed. The only thing is, in this case, you have only 2 questions. May the best candidate in school win. Choose from the options the meaning of these idiomatic expressions as used in the sentence, his dealings are all above board. Oh, that's a truba?
Yeah, all fair and honest.
I want exact answers, and so I haven't even given you the options, and so I can't accept that because I have something a bit more precise. A, decent. B, friendly. C, open. D, simple. And my bell is gone. My bell is gone. The correct answer is open. It's open. Both schools. Choose from the alternatives the word opposite in meaning to dissuade. A, incite. B, persuade. C, advised. D, instigate. Yes, Itruba?
Persuade.
Persuade is correct. Persuade is correct for 10 points. Itruba and Paula, you may take leave of us as we welcome the candidates in the area of mathematics. Math. Nana Frimpong against Kwating Leslie. The rules of engagement haven't changed. A strange calculator only has 2 operating buttons, a red and a green button. The red button doubles the input number while the green button deletes the last digit of the input number. For example, if the input number is 234, the number becomes 468. If the red button is pressed, the number becomes 23 when the green button is pressed. Sean pressed the least number of buttons on the calculator to get from 28 to 17. How many times did Sean press the buttons? And my bell is gone. My bell is gone. The number of times Sean pressed the buttons is 8 times. 8 times combined. To both schools. Were you anywhere close to 8? Nowhere at all. Yes. To both schools. A car is traveling on a road next to the train track at a constant speed of 22 kilometers per hour. A train is 250 meters long and it travels at a constant speed of 17 kilometers per hour. From the moment the car passes the rear of the train, it takes the car M minutes to reach the front. Find M. my bell is gone. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the math questions. Please put your hands together for them as we bring up general knowledge. I see Mr. Kojo and then Stephen. May the best school and best candidate win. Question 1. Where in Africa can we find the bird island? My bell is gone. You both missed the opportunity to get 10 points. The answer is Seychelles. Seychelles. Question 2. How many members of the United Nations General Assembly adopted the 2030 Development Agenda? My bell is gone. Stephen and Mr. Kojo, you may take leave of us. I see Courage and Duchess. Rules of engagement haven't changed. May the best candidate and school win. Question 1. This man predicted the existence of tetraoxygen and developed a rule with Merle Randall describing fugacity. In his paper, The Atom and the Molecule, this scientist developed the idea of covalent bonds. By this person's definition, boron trifluoride is an acid because it acts as a proton acceptor. Yes?
Brusted Lore.
I'm sorry, that answer is wrong, and so I have to finish the rest of the clues. By this person's definition, boron trifluoride is an acid because it acts as a proton acceptor. For 10 points, name this American chemist who developed a system of dot structures used to draw molecules. The whole world is looking at you. Second question to the both of you, and indeed brings us to the end of this contest. The chemotherapy drug paclitaxel works by preventing breakdown of these structures. In vessel transport, kinesin moves towards these structures plus ends, while dynein moves towards the minus ends. These structures have 9+2 arrangement in the eukaryotic flagella. For 10 points, name these cytoskeletal components that, unlike microfilaments, are composed of tubulin dimers. Yes. So you both forfeit the opportunity of getting 10 points. The correct answer there, ladies and gentlemen, is microtubules. Microtubules. Please put your hands together for them as we welcome all the contestants. All the contestants. Now, this is the end of round number 4, and indeed, what is the end of the competition between Ghana Christian International High School and Sonrise Christian High School. However, something interesting has happened. Ghana Christian International High School has a total of 85 points. And Sonrise Christian International High School equally has 85 points. Calm down. We have a tie-break session to determine who ordinarily progresses from this phase of the competition. To both schools. Question 1. Both schools. Factorize completely 66.67 squared minus 33.33 squared. That is the bell of Sonrise, and so is it Leslie who's going to answer it?
3,334.
3,000. On the note of that brilliant display by Kwarteng Leslie on behalf of Sonrise Christian High, it is my singular honor to announce to you that their total marks accumulated now is 95, and so they progress naturally to the next phase of the competition.